So you got an offer accepted and pop the bubbly. But guess what? You're not done. This is where sellers can hit the most unexpected stress points. Because while the deal is conditionally sold, there are still lots of moving parts ahead. Hey, I'm Leanna Martins, trusted Edmonton real estate agent, VP of Just One More Question, and Agent to the Stars. Or at least smart folks like you who want to skip the stress and actually win at the real estate game. In this final video of my 4-part series, Prep to Possession, I'm going to walk you through exactly what happens after you accept an offer and what to expect over the next 30 to 60 days, what can go sideways, and how to prepare for it, and how to make possession days smooth instead of chaotic. Hey, if you haven't already grabbed the full 430 seller guide I have been referencing throughout this entire series, just email me at leanna@martinsgroup.ca with in the subject line seller guide, and I am going to send it out to you toot sweet, aka very fast. All right, so what happens after you accept an offer? Accepting an offer is like getting engaged. It's a yes, not a done deal. Here's what happens next. 1, the conditional period for your buyer. So it's typically 5 to 10 days, as I've said. So the buyer works to remove their conditioning, which is financing, inspection, sometimes sale of their current home if it's a buyer's market. You may get requests for minor repairs or price adjustments after the inspection. So don't panic, it's normal. Strategize, don't react. Next, conditions waived equals a firm sale. And this is once all the buyer's conditions are removed in writing, that makes the deal binding. So this is the true celebration moment. So go ahead and do the dance. If you're selling in order to buy, this is when you get out there and you start looking, not before. As even with a backup offer on your home, there is no guarantee. You do not want the stress and heartbreak of having a pending offer in on a place that you love, but the offer on your place falls apart. Guess what happens to the offer that you've got pending on your dream home? You can't move forward with it. And that's a heartbreaking position to be in. To lose your dream house and have to back out because your deal died. Now conveyancing begins. So the documents go to your lawyer, to the buyer's lawyer, and your mortgage lender if applicable. The realtor and your brokerage are going to handle all the transactional flow. So you're going to be asked to sign documents with your lawyer about 1 to 2 weeks before your possession. And anything that may have been outstanding, perhaps with amendments from the inspection, your realtor will send those documents to you as well. And then once everything is tidy, clean, and conditions have been removed, you get a copy of all your documentation. Okay, let's talk about the final countdown to possession. Most possession dates land 30 to 90 days after the sale is firm, but every deal is different. Here's what to expect as the date gets closer. A few days before your possession, the buyer's lawyer transfers funds to your lawyer's office. Once the money is received in full, your lawyer calls your agent, me, and your keys are released and they're passed on officially to the buyer's agent. And the buyer now owns your property. Until that money lands, you still own the home. So possession is really not a time. It's not when the buyer's agent meets the buyers. It's a financial transaction. And when that's complete and the contract states, by 12 o'clock noon that day. Okay, well, let's talk about the day of possession and what kind of protocol you can expect. So here's how possession day usually works. Once I give the buyer's realtor key release, they are free to meet the buyers at the home at whatever agreed upon time they had. They're going to do a walkthrough together. So the buyer's agent's going to check that everything is as agreed in the contract. Nothing's removed, nothing is damaged. So they'll confirm things like the appliances, the blinds, anything specific that may have been in the contract. They're going to test the key and the systems. Typically, maybe they're going to flick on a couple lights. Hey, do you have a seller horror story? Post it in the comments below. I read every single one, and you might just help someone else watching. Let's talk possession pitfalls to avoid. Even with a firm sale, here are some common slip-ups that you're really going to want to dodge, and really easily you can. So the first is leaving a home messy or full of stuff. This can cause a holdback or a dispute. Unclear possession times or access expectations. So set these early. Forgetting to cancel or transfer your utilities, insurance, and property tax accounts. Making big assumptions about what clean means. This is so common. So when in doubt, leave it sparkling. So your goal is to leave the home like you would want to receive it as a buyer. Even if the negotiations were somewhat contentious, it's worth the peace of mind and move on freedom for you, I promise. You're going to forget whatever happened that you didn't like within 10 minutes of being in your brand new dream home. It will be a distant memory. So that is the full path from prep to possession. Congratulations, you have staged, you have sold, you have signed, and hopefully stayed sane in the process. But here's the thing, most of my sellers, they're also becoming buyers. So whether you're upsizing, downsizing, or relocating, you are now wearing the other hat as a buyer. So before you start scrolling listings like it's Zillow Tinder, I've got you covered. Click into my next 4-part series, Making an Offer. It is everything you didn't know you needed to know. What sellers really care about in an offer. Yes, it's more than just price. And what happens after your offer gets accepted. Who does what in the legal financing maze, and the biggest red flags to spot before you remove conditions. Hey, do you want the seller possession checklist? Click in the description below. Want a one-to-one seller call? No pressure, no sales, ever. Just smart information and tactical tips. Click that link below. And thank you so much for watching. For future content, you might want to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.